Adversaries come in many forms, but you will be victorious when you realize that worship is warfare.
Adversaries are necessary because without them, you never really discover your purpose.
We've accepted what somebody told us we were in our past. So our past is sabotaging our ability to hear instruction.
We are not much unlike a battery. The negative is the thing that's needed to produce the power.
I empowered you to overcome everything you've overcome up to this present moment. I fixed you for what's going to happen after this. You were in the mind of God long before you were ever born.
You are not alone in your battle. God has your back because worship is warfare. Put these 4 messages in your arsenal today on CD or DVD. Equip yourself by visiting our website or by calling 1-800-591-8480.
It's now easier than ever to stay connected with David G. Evans and the Bethany Baptist Church family. Follow the ministry and rejoice in all that God is doing by following us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. On Facebook, you'll be up to date on the latest happenings, and you can watch our Sunday services on Facebook Live, 8 and 11 a.m. Eastern.
Here comes the power. Hallelujah.
Words of wisdom and encouragement can be found on Twitter, and you'll get up to the minute sermon points as they happen in our weekly worship services. Follow us on Instagram and be blessed by the inspirational and special moments that are highlighted each week, and meet the people who are the heart of our ministry. And if it's video you want, subscribe to the Bethany Baptist Church channel on YouTube. See the celebrations, the special events, and the many, many people who are helping to transform lives one at a time. Stay connected with David G. Evans on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and become a member of our broadcast family today.
What if you could make one decision to unleash everything great in your life? Would you do it? Would you say yes? Aren't you tired of your relationships, your health, and so much more suffering because you lack the truth you need to change? The life you desire is within your reach. You can achieve all the success, happiness, and prosperity you deserve by simply learning the secrets that lead to real personal transformation. Change is hard, but not impossible. You just have to make one radical decision to get real. And there's no better authority on the real steps to change than David G. Evans.
Some men trust in chariots. Some men trust in horses. But we will trust in the Lord.
David G. Evans is leading the charge to bring you the power to change your life. He is committed to the mission of helping you transform and become a person of power, and it starts with his all-new system to change your situation. At the centerpiece of this life-altering collection is David Evans' groundbreaking training course. From ridiculous to radical to real, this means war. In this series, you will discover the steps to change. This series includes 2 powerful messages, each on winning the battle in your mind and cultivating a language of faith. That's 4 messages, 4 power-filled hours of material. If you want a better marriage, this series has the answers. If you want to achieve financial independence God's way, the secrets in this series will empower you to make it happen. If you want a life of power, anointing, and influence, this series will show you how to get it, and there's more. You're looking for serious, immediate results. So Bishop Evans will also include one of his best-selling messages called Weapon of Warfare. This classic teaching will build you up to start fighting in the spirit for what you deserve. This powerhouse collection, from ridiculous to radical to real, and Weapon of Warfare, will give you all the biblical strategies you need to change anything in your life. This collection will ship to you immediately with your gift today to David G. Evans Ministries. This ministry is revolutionizing the kingdom by empowering believers. Souls are being saved daily, and we need your help to grow this impact in a real way. Call now and sow your seed of just $35 for your transformation to help people around the world. Your $35 love gift goes straight to the front lines of ministry, providing help to those that need it most. Call now. Make the decision to get the power you need to change your life forever.
How you doing? We back live again after being off for 2 weeks.
You see how unprepared we are.
Yeah. What's going on?
Good morning.
Try to get back into the flow.
Yeah, welcome to On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on any smart device at David G. Evans 1. Won't you please get in contact with somebody, share with someone. If you have that capability this morning, always like and subscribe to the On Point broadcast, so anything that we do, you'll get notification. So you want to hit that notification, subscribe to us, and like us, of course. As my son Chandler keeps reminding me to do, to tell the people to like and subscribe and hit that notification button. That's what my grandson.
That's a lot of YouTube talk.
Yeah.
They brand it.
Yeah, man.
Every video says it.
Yeah, man. So we want you to do it for us also.
Yeah.
But also invite people to join us and friend us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, I believe also. 866-743-8267. Come on, let's get a rhythm going here again. 866-743-8267. Give us a call. We enjoy talking to the most intelligent callers on the planet. This is the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show, Christian talk show in America. So everything is from a kingdom perspective. Our callers observe the protocols of the kingdom, and we don't have to all agree, but we don't have to be disagreeable to do it. So we look forward to having conversation with you as we talk about religion, of course. We talk about faith. We talk about the Word of God. We talk about current events. We talk about politics, sports, those events that are seminal and significant in your life on a day-to-day basis, but always from the kingdom perspective. My world-famous co-host, Reverend Nicholas Smith, is with us this morning. Hey, man, it feels like longer than 2 weeks that we've been off of this thing.
No. Yeah.
I see you got some jazzy new glasses on. Is that for the glare?
These are for the glare, yes. I lost
Okay.
my old ones, so I had to buy some new ones.
Okay, they're pretty fashionable. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty stylish. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I can say preserve my eyes as much as I can.
Checking
now.
you out. Now, I know mine are changing, man. It just a couple months ago, I could see. I didn't make glasses to read. Didn't need my glasses to read. Now I need them to read again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing well far away.
Mm-hmm.
It just,
Yeah. Comes and goes. It just is
I
what it is.
don't know what it
I
is.
don't know.
I'm wondering if it's in my diet.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. A couple significant world impacting things happened, of course. The Ahmaud Arbery sentencing happened yesterday. Were you surprised at the sentence?
Not at the sentencing, no. The initial part, when they didn't arrest them,
Okay.
I think the outcry was too big and the case was just too huge for them to mess this up.
Well,
'cause it was
once the
blatant.
tape hit, I think,
it was blatant.
Yeah,
They couldn't go around it.
866-743-8267. That's 866-743-8267. That's 866-74-EVANS. You can give us a call, toll free, from anywhere in the world. We would love to talk to you. Call us from France. We haven't had our callers from France call us in a while. We look forward to hearing from them. Those in the islands and Bahamian and Caymans, and we haven't heard from you all in a while. We'd love to hear from you. Canada, we'd love to hear from you. We know a lot of you listen and think about what we're saying, and then say one day you're going to call. This could be a good day. It's a new year. This is the year of redemption,
Yep.
restoration, recovery, and reward. And we are indeed excited about what God is going to do. Sidney Poitier and Betty White passed.
Yeah. Oh, and Bishop Desmond Tutu, I forgot about that.
And Desmond
the week
did
before.
also. Yeah, Desmond did too. So I tweeted this morning that I can remember when my mom took us to the drive-in to see Lilies of the Field.
Yeah.
And I was about 9 or 10 years old at the time, I think. And seeing him on the screen just gave me the impression that anything was possible for a black man. And then the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor came up, and he got that, and you couldn't convince me.
Yeah.
that the game was afoot then, man.
Yeah.
You know, I can do anything I want to do.
Yeah. It just takes one to get in.
Yes, sir.
To give some hope. That's why representation is key.
Well, I believe so, and I think a lot of I'm not sure that the generation that I have raised as children are as aware of his historical significance. I mean, I remember him being the first African American man that was in a relationship with a white woman on the screen, and that was, I guess, Who's Coming to Dinner. So he had a lot of ground-breaking roles.
Yeah.
And he was always depicted as this articulate,
Yes.
you know, thinking kind of man.
Not the thug.
No,
not
not
the athlete.
No,
you know.
yeah, not the old I be going to my desk now type of person. Always articulate and always able to maintain conversation, and it was a model for me at 9 or 10 that I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't have some of that around me, because a lot of my uncles, they were real articulate men, frustrated by the system.
Yeah.
But he was on this big screen, of course. You know, I don't know if you guys used to go to drive-in movies.
I went to a few when I was younger.
Okay, yeah. Load us in the car, man. Put our pajamas on so we go right to bed when we got out the car. And
They brought them back certain places during the pandemic.
I heard.
I wish they had one around here. I would have.
Oh, that would have been great,
That would
wouldn't
be
it?
great. Yeah.
You know, we might have missed an opportunity during the summer. We had the stage. We could have gotten a screen. Could have had drive-in nights on Saturday nights and stuff.
Yeah, we talked about it. Just slipped.
It slipped through. It slipped through the crack, didn't
Like
it?
everything.
Yeah. I was reading about this fire in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
12 people passed away. They said 26 people were living in a 2-bedroom.
Now that's the thing. People are asking the question first. Two things. They say the little boy started the fire by playing with a lighter. He got out.
Okay.
Why? If it's city apartments, why are so many people living in there?
It's city apartments.
Yeah, they were city apartments. Yes, they were those subsidized. I guess the subsidized types apartments.
So that doesn't mean they were city apartments.
Let me see. They were the city had something to do with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let me figure out.
So that's going to be building inspection.
Yeah, and that's why they're wondering why so many people were living in the house.
26 in a 2-bedroom?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Did they have fire extinguishers and all that stuff in the house?
No, but how does 26 people in a 2-bedroom work?
They make it work. They figured it out.
26?
Yeah. People, bunk beds, couch,
Floor.
They said they wanted to all live together with the grandma and not separate. So that's why they all stayed in. It didn't start that way. They just started having kids.
They kind of built over time.
It built over time.
They needed another place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Philly's public housing department.
Okay.
Yep.
So they're investigating, of course. 12 people's lives are gone. Phones are beginning to light up. 866-743. 8267 866-743-8267. Yes.
Somebody said this in the comments, but I remember the Philadelphia Housing Association Authority said that amount of people was within the code.
What code?
The city code. That was allowable by the city to have that many people living in that duplex.
26.
26. Now, for a building like this, we have a certain number of people that are legally allowed to be here.
Yeah.
For fire reasons.
Yeah.
And this is a huge building.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It does.
That's within code.
I don't get it.
And they were on the top floor. They're not on the first floor. So getting 20 some odd people down.
You're not talking about you're not talking about the entire duplex.
It's the
duplex is a unit on the first floor, a unit on the second floor.
The people on the first floor got out.
The 26 folk were living in the second floor?
The second floor was no, I think the whole was 26. I think in both.
Okay.
The top one was the grandma, the 12. So it's probably 14 or 15 up at the top.
Still too many.
Still too many. Just in a duplex in general.
That's a lot of people. I mean, you got a four-member family on the first floor, and a 4-member on the second floor. You got a pretty full duplex.
Yeah. And then they have 14 or 15 in the top.
Wow.
You know.
We got Tom on line 1. already from Florida. Florida checking in. Danny from Online 3. Florida's checking in. You can give us a call, 866-743-8267. This is On Point, the #1 Saturday morning Christian-based call and talk show in America. They say now over 800,000 people have died from COVID. 5 million kids have lost a parent due to COVID. Omicron is causing a spike across the country. Understatement.
Yeah.
They would say it's going up 1 million a day, and that's the stuff that's reported.
Yeah.
Because you have these home kits, and they're not in the report.
Yeah. Yeah. People just staying home because they tested positive, and
then they got some dumb stuff out now that you only need to be away 5 days, and that you can test positive after you've been isolated for 5 days and start going out among people. That is the dumbest mess I've ever heard.
It absolutely is stupid. Like, really, especially when you're still contagious.
And I asked the infectious disease expert yesterday. According to what the CDC is saying, and there are some mixed messages, a lot of mixed messages coming out of the government. I don't like the fact that business is influencing what the CDC's business is. That just blows my mind.
They want their people back to work.
But they're going to lose money eventually if they all get sick and have to stay home.
I know, that's the thing.
So they don't care about the people.
Because people are replaceable.
They don't care about the people.
Yeah.
Okay. It's about dollars again. We keep saying it. We try not to be redundant, but it's about dollars.
Yeah.
So I asked the question. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, we've decided that 5 days is enough. And I said, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I asked, does COVID know that? And the doctor laughed and said, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. No.
COVID does not know anything about the rules we're trying to place on it.
Yep. I can't remember which company it was. Whatever CEO says that 5 days, and a couple of them got together, I guess, and worked something out. And all of a sudden, this 5-day thing for vaccinated people comes out. But you can't trust people.
You can't even trust them that they're vaccinated.
Yeah.
Much less that they have COVID.
There are people with COVID that are out in the streets right now knowing they got it.
Doing whatever they want
on
to do.
airplanes, doing whatever.
Because they don't care.
They don't care.
It's like having AIDS and sleeping around.
Yeah.
Because you just want other people to have it.
And which people do, unfortunately, yeah. I mean, they say this thing, one doctor was talking about how it spreads so quickly.
Yeah.
And how your symptoms come on you so fast. The Omicron version.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, it hits you hard in the beginning and it fades, within a few days. The viral rate is huge.
That's what they're saying.
I mean, just the exposure to it.
Yeah.
And it hits you immediately.
Yeah.
It's I know some people that got it, and I'm glad they got I'm not glad they got it, but the Omicron is a little better than the Delta and the. Now, let's say this. Mild, and it feels like a cold, is not, you got a runny nose and you got a cold.
No.
This thing is still messing with people's neurological ability.
What they're trying to say is mild is not in ICU.
Yeah.
Mild is not dead. Mild is not somebody come get me and take me to the emergency room.
Yes.
They shouldn't use the word mild because people that are looking for a reason are like, it's not that bad. Told you about the conversation I had with a guy who was at the store, and he was telling me how, he and his spouse had it, and it was just like a bad case of the flu. And he was being real reflective about it, So I said, okay. He said, I just think they're overplaying this. I think pre-existing conditions are killing people. And that's when I said, oh, really? Okay. I said, so I have high blood pressure. I said, you pull a gun out from behind your counter and you shoot me. Did my high blood pressure kill me or did the bullet?
Right.
He said, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
It's just, people are building rationale to fit into their desired belief.
Yes. Yeah. Just admit you want to just go out and live your life. Just say that, and you don't care about how it affects other people.
Yeah.
Just be honest.
Speaking of which, I was having a conversation with someone last week at a place I do business, and I was talking about COVID and precautions. The person told me they weren't going to live in fear. They were going to just live their life. So I go back this week, and they're out with COVID, and they don't know when the person's going to be back because they're so sick.
Yep.
Same person that said, I'm just going to live my life.
Yep.
Now, I know the person does not feel that way now.
Yeah, yeah, they do. They don't care. To me, a regular flu. Now, I'm no doctor, but a regular flu, a regular cold, doesn't mess with your heart rate the way COVID does. You know, increase your heart rate, lower it really bad, or
Give you high blood pressure,
Yeah.
send your diabetes out of control. A friend of mine, the bottom half of his heart no longer works properly, and he's in rehab from that.
Yeah.
I've got another friend who's in rehab for lungs, kidneys, and liver, whatever they do to help you get back on your feet.
Yeah,
And these are not old men.
yeah. Mess with the neurons in your brain.
Oh, yeah.
Losing your taste and smell means that it's affecting
Something
something in
up
your
there,
brain
up
up
there,
there.
up there.
It's people don't associate.
It's not your tongue that's having the
right,
problem.
right. Your brain, something happened to the neurons in your brain. Like, yeah, I mean, people just talk about, oh, it's just my taste and smell. Something's wrong with your brain. Like,
Your sensor system is having a problem.
right. Like, come on.
They think it's in their mouth.
Right. Thank you. In your nose. That's not how this works. A flu doesn't do that. Just,
And some of the people that I know,
I'm just
they
like,
had enough going on upstairs already before they needed a little attack on
Right,
some
right.
neurons. They weren't reacting properly as it was.
yeah.
Oh
Right.
my
Like,
goodness!
come on, y'all think through this.
Oh, no, you're asking too much.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
You're asking too much.
I know,
Let's
sorry.
let's go to
Sorry.
Tom from Florida. Hey Tom, how you doing, man?
Good morning and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, man. You sound good this morning.
Oh, yeah, and I was going through withdrawal for the last 2 weeks.
Well, we're back, so you're getting your fix, man.
All right. Bishop, did either of you guys see Ted Cruz on the news?
He has no shame,
Yep.
no pride, nothing. What? I mean, Tucker Carlson even called me. He said, hold it, no. Don't give me that. You're a sloppy communicator and all that stuff. Don't tell me that.
You called them terrorists. Don't backtrack on there.
The next day you can't say, well, they didn't understand what I meant. What?
That's a very blatant.
Come on, man. What did you think, Tom?
He told the truth. Then he had to backstep like a little girl. I don't know what. That guy has no spine.
Look, the guy that said his dad helped kill Kennedy and called his wife ugly, now he's kissing his behind. What do his people think?
That's my question. So he won't defend his wife publicly,
No.
but will defend a bunch of people he does not know that stormed the Capitol, and a president that, like, how do you stay?
How does she look at him now?
Like, whether it's political and games, he come on, baby, was just a part of the politics of what we do. Still, like,
no. There's a line.
There's a line. Like,
I mean, the former president doesn't tolerate anyone coming at his
yeah,
family at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no,
he can attack the
he's
heck
coming
out of him.
yeah, that's true. But
It's one thing you don't have to like Donald Trump, but he's definitely going to defend his family and those kind of things.
Even though he might
Back down.
decapitate the rest of them.
Right, certain ones.
Yeah, certain ones.
Yeah.
I think he'll throw them all under the bus if it comes out between him and
Oh, yeah.
him and them. It's just he's shown a lack of fatherly compassion for his children.
And Bishop, on a lighter note, you're talking about passing Sidney Poitier.
Yeah,
Lily's on the Field is a really good movie.
absolutely.
But hey, Heat of the Night, They Call Me Mr. Tibbs.
Yeah.
That to me stands out as one of my favorite scenes in a movie.
Oh yeah. And he was always so articulate, man. He was just.
Oh yeah.
It was
regal.
It was regal. That's the word.
yeah,
Yeah, he was it.
Yeah, I was just
and
shocked. I don't know why I was so. I think it hit me like when they said Aretha Franklin passed away.
Yeah.
It seemed like I'd known them my entire life.
yeah.
Yeah.
It hits. Yeah,
They were historically significant for me.
Yes.
Yes.
Especially they were sharing a clip when they were in the flower garden and the white man smacked him and he smacked
Yeah.
him back.
Yeah.
I don't know what movie it was from, but that was groundbreaking during that time.
Oh yeah,
for a black
man.
man.
Oh
too.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That was Heat of the Night when he smacked me
Night.
back. That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
The scene before he said, "They call me Mr. Tibbs."
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
something else, man. And he just passed away of old age. Is that what they're saying?
I don't know. They
I
didn't
mean,
say why.
something
Yeah,
breaks while you're sleeping, but
Yeah,
there are
he
no
was
known
94, so I mean-
causes.
yeah. It's like Betty White. She's 99.
Yeah, yeah.
She did a lot for civil rights too.
Yes, she did. She
Which a
was
lot of people didn't know.
very vocal.
That when
Well,
she had a variety show
was
and they
a-
said they don't want that black man on. She
Mm-hmm.
said he gonna stay on and y'all gonna get over it. And that's literally what she said. She said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep him on the show.
Wow.
Yeah, that was back in the 50s.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I came, I just saw that.
You're gonna get over it, huh?
Yeah, and that's basically what she said. Don't watch. And kept that black man on the show.
Yeah, I think that's great sometimes when you see the behind the scenes about these people, how some of these people really were good folks.
Yeah, and I think the historic significance of people is lost in this fast pace of information that we have right now. I'm glad that people are making drawing a sign around these people's existence, that they made a difference in the time that they were alive. And the Bible talks like that. In the days of Noah.
Yeah.
In the days that Betty White lived, in the days that Sidney Poitier lived, in the days that Desmond Tutu lived, these certain things happen. So when you know you're making a difference, when the time that you live in is stamped by your existence.
Yep.
And and I bet neither one of them are ashamed of anything they've done in history. They can look back and be happy.
Mm-hmm. And we know they weren't
Yeah, that
perfect
says a
people,
lot.
but we know they weren't perfect people because they were human beings. But we also can appreciate the fact that the persona that they have absolutely has been intentional. This was something that they worked at.
Yeah. One other quickie, Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
This is only my personal thing because I know I'm like everybody else in the instant age of wanting everything. The newspapers are going out, and I noticed the biggest thing with newspapers were they had investigative reporters
Mm-hmm.
to go out and find out information.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know even myself, I want to know what happened right now
Mm-hmm.
instead of waiting for somebody to really dig in.
Mm-hmm.
And you have any opinion on the newspapers disappearing and everything's on Facebook and YouTube?
I think it, and I'm not a conspiratorialist, but with the reduction of research, there's an equal increase in believing whatever's written. So without the research-based reporting, we're believing more reactionary reporting and circumstantial evidence, and so we're believing less of the truth, Tom. And which is why if you're not reading with kind of like a what's that word we use as far as thinking, not just structured, but when you think in a critical thinking. When you critically think, you have to critically think while you're listening to the news and while you're reading the news, and ask, okay, why is this way? Why is that way? What are the questions we're asking while we're reading or listening to what's being reported? And you'll find there are a lot of gaps. A lot of gaps.
I also believe that in today's world, we could be critically reading, but if you looked in the Enquirer or the Times 20 years ago, and you read something, you could pretty much be assured it was fact, and if it wasn't, there was going to be a rebuttal the next day.
Yeah, and the other thing is you could always depend on Walter Cronkite to give you the straight and the skinny.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure we have those Cronkites now.
Money. I mean, it always comes back down to it.
Yeah.
Money and clicks.
Yeah, ratings.
And again, Tom, you kind of answered your own question, that insatiable need to know information immediately.
But that means we don't audit it at all.
We don't audit it.
We don't
Not at
want
all.
it audited. So we're responding to things that appeal to our own issues.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And those things.
I'm guilty of, hey, I want to know right now instead of, who's got the info.
I'm still of the generation where whatever report I hear, I generally say to myself, okay, the rest of this will come out
it'll
shortly.
come out, yeah.
The rest of us.
The real will come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they talk about a lie travels faster than the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
Grandma used to say that.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
You got to wait for the truth to get there.
Yes, yes, yep. And people will believe the lie. People will believe an entertaining lie over a boring truth.
That's absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Tom, thank you, man.
Hey, you guys enjoy the rest of the year. I haven't seen any crazy foods Pastor Nick didn't want to eat this year, but yet.
Well, black eyed peas, yeah, y'all. I still don't get that.
I didn't want to say
I get
that.
the tradition, but
Yeah, well, I do have to say, Chef made some. I'm not a black eyed pea fan.
Yeah.
Chef made some good ones this year,
okay.
and they were tasty. My aunt makes good ones. But I asked her how, I told her I didn't like them. I went down a list of traditional soul foods I didn't like. Collard greens, macaroni and cheese overrated, collard greens overrated, all that kind of stuff. Potato salad overrated, all that kind of stuff. And I said, so why are your black eyed peas? Because I thought they were overrated. And she said, well, I cook them in chicken broth.
That makes sense.
I said, oh.
Yeah. And the black eyed pea soup we had before a couple of years
Yeah,
ago. That was the one I did. I decided that.
But the way I had them for years and years and years, I sat there as a kid and wondered, why are we eating these? Why are these eyes? Why do I have a bowl full of eyes looking back at me?
Them and lima beans and all that.
Kid, I would not eat them.
But that's true. You eat certain people's stuff. I only like my grandma's cabbage.
You don't like your grandma's cabbage?
Yes, that's the only cabbage I really like is her cabbage. I don't know how she makes it, but I like her.
I only like my aunt's cabbage.
Yeah,
and she learned how to cook from my mom.
Wow, okay.
So there were only a few people that could put cabbage together.
Yeah.
And then she would put cabbage and spinach together.
Yes,
which is excellent.
And mix it and make it work.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, Tom, now that we've Epicureanized everybody.
Sorry, y'all.
I'll talk to you, man.
Take care.
All right, you
All right,
too.
man.
Bye-bye. 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. This is On Point, your number one Saturday morning Christian-based call-in talk show in America, live every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Time on any smart device at David G. Evans 1. That's at David G. Evans, the number one, at David G. Evans 1. Any platform, you can reach us that way. Give us a call this morning, toll free, 866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. We're going to Danny from Florida and Kiefe from Longside. Hey, Danny, how you doing this morning? Happy New Year.
Good. Happy New Year to you, Bishop and staff. Pastor Nick, how y'all doing today?
Doing great, man. Good to hear from you. How's things in Florida?
Yeah. Oh, disappointing, very much disappointing in things that's going on and what have you. But before I go into that, I just want to thank you and your staff and those that are behind the scene for being so good to us during the year and keeping us up to date on to what's going on. And you have truly been like a visionary as to things that are happening. And I just want to go back in time about 5 or 6 months ago when the CDC started relaxing the rules and regulations. And you said, I just got a feeling, and I hope that I'm wrong, that these restrictions are being taken down or reduced too early. And I feel that we need to go ahead and keep them in place.
We better.
All right?
We better.
And then what happened, especially, and I have to look at it from the point of view from Florida, because everything happens in this particular circle. We have a repeat of the previous year.
Yes.
That being is that we don't have the Super Bowl, but we had a number of bowl games that were being played that brought a large amount of people into the area. And as I drive around town, I see tags from Michigan and all these different states. And there's no restrictions whatsoever. Why? Because the governor says you don't have to do it.
Wow.
They canceled a bunch of bowl games, too.
Yep, bowl games. Not in just one city. I got Tampa, Orlando, Miami, Jacksonville. Bowl games.
Really?
For all these people coming in from different parts of the United States, the world, etc. Now, what happens is that he even goes to the extent of telling us that I don't think that you need to go and get a test.
What?
Yes.
That's because they don't have any. Did you read about DeSantis let all these tests expire?
Like 1 million of them.
Oh, yeah, expire. Yeah. And now he's not. Texas is now asking for more tests,
Okay.
but Florida,
That's
I don't
the
think they
niggas
said
on
anything.
it.
I don't think he cares. He's just
Well, I think he's insane.
let it grow through, and yeah.
But people are going to die.
But the truth is not being told.
Well, I look. It's obvious that with the use of kits, that allows for the numbers to be underreported. Now, if it's going up 1 million a day in the United States, how many people have gone, because they're running out of kits all over the nation. How many people have gone, got a negative result or a positive result, and have not reported?
Yep. Yeah.
You know, it's just
And those rapid tests and those home tests, while they're convenient, aren't always the best. The PCR is the best
not
way.
accurate.
yeah, and that takes
They're not
days
accurate.
to come back.
Yeah. Danny, can I ask you a
Now-
question real quick?
Yes.
The whole thing about the governor being gone for 2 weeks, was he on vacation
Or was he sick?
or was he or his wife sick? He said he was with his wife or something. Did it?
Yes, the excuse that he gave was that his wife was ill and that he was with her as she went through her treatment and what have you.
For 2 weeks?
You know, yes,
Okay.
yes. But if you really think about it, is that there's always someone else that you can leave in charge if you had to go and do that, because people have a certain you have a responsibility to the people of Florida to give them some type of guidance and what have you. Now, he says that I want the kids to go to school, okay, and we're not going to shut down the schools, we're not going to shut down the state, etc. All well and good. Now, just like what Bishop was saying before, what happens when these kids go home or they come in contact with the teachers? What happens then? And they get the virus.
It's happening all over the nation.
Exactly. That's what happened in our state. They have no teachers to teach the class.
You're going to see that around the country. Teachers are deciding to quit, stay home, and they're going. If they keep this up, they're going to make these schools go virtual.
Well,
They're gonna have to.
I think it's already affecting business. I went to a few places this week out of necessity, and I asked, people that I know, what's going on. Well, we've had to close down some of our locations. We really shouldn't be open because there's no supervision here for us. Just crazy stuff, man.
Yep. Yeah. Chicago teachers said they weren't coming back.
I can't blame them.
Yeah. I mean, they're getting sick and taking it home to their families. So I mean, it's.
And in Dade County, the superintendent of schools, he had to go into classrooms and teach.
Wow.
It makes no sense. Sometimes I wonder who's driving the bus, Danny. The patterns that have been quite evident over the last 2 years are undeniable at this point. You jam people back together, you get spikes. Holidays come along, you get explosions. So they keep making the same decision. Okay, we don't want to restrict you on your holiday, but now we've got a growing pandemic. You get another holiday, another growing pandemic, another holiday, growing pandemic, sending kids back to school, another pandemic. And what the expert I talked to yesterday said that what they're waiting for now is for a very powerful variant to come out of this Omicron spread.
It's already here.
It's already here. Another one
It
came
was
out.
already here. We have the flu.
I'm not talking about the one from France.
I think I read. Well, I could be wrong. Last week they said there's another one look like it's coming out that's 40% more contagious than.
The person I talked to said yesterday that this thing, the variant,
Okay.
where Omicron's aggression is going to be combined, because the variants, they morph into something stronger, combined with a more deadly virus. And because we're giving this thing plenty of room to change itself, not vaccinated, it's crossing over.
Yeah.
They said we're waiting for it to present itself as a much more contagious, to take the Omicron piece, the Delta piece, put you in a hospital.
Yeah.
So they're looking for that one to come now.
Yeah. It's insane.
And
people are catching it twice. I know
We
a
know
couple-
people caught it 3 times.
2 or 3 times.
We know people.
Yeah.
Medical folk. They caught it more than twice.
Yep. Yeah.
the thing about it is that things that were open up in Florida, like he fought, the governor that is, fought for the cruise ships to go ahead and operate.
It doesn't make sense.
These ships went out for 2 days, had to turn around and come back.
Because of the number of sickness on board?
Yes, and they're not reporting it. And then when the ones that do get reported, I don't know where they get these people from. They said, oh, well, I felt more secure than I did on land. And why did you say that when all these people are sick?
Wow.
And you had to turn around, that you had no one to service you. All of the service people are sick.
Unbelievable.
Man, look, I know some folk I read about, and one person, celebrity in particular, they're going on vacation, and you got to test before you get on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
They test positive. They have to stay where they are until they test negative. So one lady was in the Maldives, and she's like, oh, it's hell because we're quarantined to our room. But ma'am, you went during a global pandemic.
What did you expect?
What did you expect to happen? So they're going to make you stay in your room for 2 weeks. So now you're gone from your house for a whole month, or however long you're on vacation for.
The vacation could have waited.
Yeah.
But I may be wrong in this. I guess people are willing to gamble their health because a cruise ship per se tells you, we'll give you this vacation for $39 a day.
Yeah.
You're willing to gamble your life for like $110?
Right. Look, I want a break like everybody else.
Man,
but not that bad.
You know how I love to go away.
I know, right?
and just walk the beach and talk to God.
Yeah,
and,
man.
And one more thing that you said for food for thought, and I'll get out of the way,
Yeah.
is that, do I love football that much that I can't wait
Crazy.
to go into the stadium, to just turn the game on, watch it on TV?
Safest place in the stadium is in your living room.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't understand it, but man, Danny, kiss my sister for me now.
Will do, Bishop. We miss you.
And tell her I've been praying for her and believe in God that her favor continues to flow upon your life. I'll talk to you, man.
All right, Bishop. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
866-743-8267, 866-743-8267. We're going to Keefe from Lawnside, then we're going to Shakira from Philly. Hey, Keefe, how you doing this morning?
I'm all right, Bishop. How are you?
I'm doing
Happy
fine.
New Year.
Happy New Year to you, man. How you been?
I'm all right, man. I'm, about, let's say, 6.5 months recovered from my surgery back last year, so I'm doing well.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. And you turned
Yeah.
your radio down without us saying anything. Keefe, I'm so proud of you this morning.
Yeah, I know you are.
Right.
I have a few things to discuss with you, Bishop.
All right, come on,
Pastor
man.
Nick.
Come on.
First of all, I was listening to, Danny and the other gentleman from Florida, and
Tom.
I'm shaking my head about what's going on in other states and other countries. And the one thing that you brought up was the Philadelphia apartment thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was saying, I'm shaking my head at that. I said, how could they allow that? And then the other things that that are constantly going on, like with President Biden and former President Trump, it's getting to a fact that I have grown over the years about what are they going to do for us. But then when it comes to something like this pandemic that we're in, it feels like they're turning their backs on us. But then when they say, okay, we want everyone to get vaccinated, but then half the people don't, then I'm saying to myself, I said they need to so things don't get crazy. But then when you, Pastor Nick, brought up that thing about the cruise ships, I was like, I'm not going on no cruise anytime soon. Excuse me. And I just don't know. This world has gone crazy, and I'm thinking of Psalms 91, which you, Pastor Nick, did on the thing for the journey, and I feel like I'm praying that in my mind, hoping this thing comes into a better shape and form. And I look around, and then look what happens. This Omicron has really thwarted plans. What's your take on all this?
What I believe that you're witnessing, Keefe, is a lack of personal responsibility
Right. Like you said, common sense.
among American citizens.
Right.
We said it facetiously but truthfully months ago that the marketing campaign for the United States was incorrect.
Yes, it was.
The initial campaign was look out for your neighbor. I'm condensing the campaign into one sentence, look out for your neighbor.
That's true.
That did not get very much traction at all. What would have worked was look out for yourself. Because
That is true.
we're not seeing love, the love of God, or even the love of man manifest in concern for other people, or we wouldn't see this lawlessness as it related to. We understood long before COVID came along that if you had the flu and you went around someone with the flu, you would give them the flu. That's something you did not want to do. You don't want to go to work infected with the flu. You don't want to go to work infected with a cold. Because you don't want others to catch it. Somewhere along the route, somewhere along the journey, when something got deadly serious, all of a sudden, the country that is regaled because of its constitutional rights now appears to be void of constitutional responsibility.
All right.
You know, we're not in this thing by ourselves.
No, we're not.
So what we're actually seeing is us turning our backs on ourselves, if you want to use those words. But you know, if this may be a little tender for some people. You live your life. They say you got to wear a mask. I'll use something simple for us to get through this successfully.
Yes.
And you feel as though your constitutional rights are being taken away because you have to wear a mask. That takes me back to something Pastor Nick taught me 2 years ago, maybe 3-4 years ago. Name which right you lost because you had to wear a mask. Which right did you lose?
That's a good question.
Bottom line is, you can't go down the street butt naked. You're being told to stop at stoplights when you get to a corner.
Yes.
Are your constitutional rights being taken away because of those laws? The answer is no. Why?
Right.
Because they impact other people. So why aren't you just driving through traffic lights because making you stop is hurting your constitutional rights? The argument is ridiculously stupid.
That is true.
I told someone the other day, it's the wrong time to rebel. It's the wrong time. Rebel against hunger in people's homes. Rebel against homelessness. Rebel against inequality. Rebel against people not having the right to vote. It's the wrong time to rebel.
Yeah. One last thing. Well, I'm sure if you and Pastor Nick heard about the Ben Simmons situation again, what is your take on that?
Ben Simmons?
I didn't hear anything about it.
What's new about it?
Trade. They're talking about trying to trade on scenarios to Eastern Conference teams or Western Conference teams.
They've been talking about trying to trade him forever.
So what's the controversy? If you got a problem on your team, you trade him.
Yeah, get rid of him. But nobody wants him though. It's just
nobody wants him, right?
For the price that they're asking for it too. Yeah.
We're not going to settle your debt to solve your problem.
Yeah. I mean, I heard so much about the scenarios of him going to different teams, like a few teams out west, and then a few teams here in the east. I'm like, I could say because of course Malcolm. Of course, you remember Malcolm. He's tired of the whole situation. He had, I don't know if he did or not, but he said he would cancel his season tickets because the Sixers still got Ben Simmons on his roster. I said, hey, do what you got to do.
Well, here's the problem. I think most teams have enough problems juggling personalities.
Right.
I don't know anyone that's wise that brings a known problem into their midst. I don't think you do that if you're a good business person. Thank you for calling us, Keefe. We appreciate you, man.
No problem, Bishop.
All right, talk to you soon now. We're going to Shakira from Philly. Hi, Shakira.
Shakira.
Good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Good morning.
I just wanted to call and tell y'all thank you. Thank you so much for just caring about us.
I appreciate you saying that, because we do.
Yeah.
We do.
Over these last 2 years, I was like, I couldn't have been anywhere else during this pandemic because I just couldn't.
Thank you. Thank you, daughter. Thank you.
To watch so many people just like intentionally endanger the lives of the congregation, it's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad. I don't know how you come back from that because, you know what I mean? Everybody was open for New Year's just to shut back down.
Doesn't make sense.
And I'm like, really?
It doesn't make any sense to me. It didn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense to us. I think if you care about people, you make different decisions.
Right. And there's no way around it. There's no way to
interpret it any other way.
Right. It's blatant. It's like, okay. It's like if you didn't learn how to pivot over the last 2 years and go virtual, then you just, I don't know.
Well, it's amazing that you talk about that. I was talking to a national pastor yesterday, and we were talking about the very fact that some leaders have not pivoted during these 2 years. And then I brought up the fact that perhaps they were not capable of it. And perhaps this crisis has revealed a lack of capability to lead through uncomfortable situations and wilderness type seasons. Just perhaps, true leadership is being revealed during this time. And like Pastor Nick has said recently, you got to be more concerned with people than you are with their gifts. In other words, the Bible would put it like this: we've got to be more concerned with the sheep more so than the wool they produce.
Amen. So I just wanted to call and thank y'all. Do you think that we'll have any sort of lasting policy changes once I won't say get on the other side of this, because I don't think COVID is going anywhere, but as far as the children in school, I think one of the reasons why they won't close the schools, everybody keeps forgetting we don't have a solid child care system. We don't have solid child care.
Yeah, we don't.
So many parents would rather keep their kids home, but because companies, it was a lot of grace last year. This year, it's like, okay, we need to recoup whatever money we lost.
Yep.
So no, there's no flexible schedule now. Even like my husband working in the bank, now it's like you have to come back physically into the bank.
Yeah. But
people are catching COVID so much
wholesale
that they keep shutting down.
Wholesale.
Yes.
Over here, branches at the bank that I'm a patron of, branches have been closed simply because of the number of COVID patients.
They don't even wear their masks in the bank anymore. I go through the drive-through telling them.
Well, the one I go to, everybody's masked.
Okay,
everybody and gloves.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool because some ones
But you got customers coming in like it's nobody's business.
That's true.
Well, they're not allowed. They're not allowed to request that you put a mask on. Because I asked him that. I said, okay, you are high risk now. You've had a heart attack due to COVID. So just you being in the branch physically is dangerous for you. And I'm like, what about when you have patrons that come in without a mask? And it's like, well, we were told not to say anything to them. It's their choice. I'm like, how?
Wait a minute.
How is it their choice?
Your place of business, you can put a sign on your door that says, "Put it on." Yeah. But I had an instance where we had that on the door, and someone decided, that, well, I'm fully vaccinated, and now they're seeing now, they wouldn't admit it to me, of course. They're seeing now that being fully vaccinated is not an ironclad condition.
Yep.
You still need to practice common sense.
Yeah. Look, if a medical facility, you have to wear a mask when you go to the doctor.
I hear you preaching.
Obviously, if the medical community is requiring a mask,
they
should tell everybody else
something's up.
Like something's up.
It's like the pilot not wanting to fly the plane.
Right.
You don't get angry about that. You go sit down and wait until he's ready to fly.
Right. Like, come on, y'all.
Come on, man.
But they don't think through that.
I don't know what the solution is.
Well, we're going to have to behave better.
They want the schools open. They're not closing the schools.
Well, here's the problem. They keep the schools open, It's going to help perpetuate the wave of infections. They can't, and the schools will have the same problem that the daycare system will have. You're still putting people back together. If I get one more email or text message from my friends in Australia or New Zealand, just one more, about how they're just having a wonderful time over there, and they're just, church is good and everybody's at games, because whenever they had the problem, they attacked it, they shut it down 2 weeks. My friend in New Zealand said they had 3 cases about 2 months ago. Prime Minister shut the whole country down for 2 weeks again. Now they're back to normal life.
Enjoying life. But Americans have to have our privileges and our rights.
What privilege?
Right.
We're losing quote unquote privilege because we can't live a normal life.
Yeah.
This doesn't have to be normal.
We're selfish people.
Man.
Selfish.
Thank you, Shakira. How's that baby doing?
He's good. He's up right now.
We heard him in the background.
Yeah.
That's one thing I miss in church, baby noises.
Oh yeah, man. We love child noises in our church. I know a lot of churches like, oh, make them be quiet. No, let them talk.
Let him talk. That's right.
Well, he open back up, he'll walk up to something.
Well, let me tell you something.
Let him do it.
We let them do it. How the heck the adults gonna scream for 90% of the service, and then you tell the child to shut up?
Right.
The kid's like, wait a minute. You all running up and down the aisles, and you telling me to sit down. What's the problem?
Come on, yo. Let them have fun in church.
Talk to you, girl. Tell your husband I said hey.
Okay.
Talk to you now. Bye-bye. Kevin, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Hello.
We're trying to make it. Good to hear from you. Happy New Year. We got about 3 minutes. I'm glad you're our last caller today.
Oh, thank you. I miss you guys. I don't have enough time to say how much I appreciate the both of you.
Thank you so much. We love your support and love the fact that you're so faithful.
And speaking of babies and loud noise and people running, I can't wait to get back and run.
I know that's right, girl. We miss coming together so much.
Yeah.
But
I've learned more about you guys virtually than I have when I was in the church, and I think I've been a member this year before you.
How long?
4 years.
Okay. And you learn more this year virtually than you do when you were coming to church?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so personable. It really is. You guys are doing a great job. Everybody that's involved is doing a great job, and I just want to say I appreciate the both of you.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
How's things going on your end?
Doing. We all appreciate what you do.
Thank you. How's things going on your end? You doing good?
Oh, well, as long as I can lift the bishop and Pastor Nick, take some walks, eat and pray, I'm good.
I hear you, girl.
Yeah.
Those walks are wonderful, aren't they?
Oh, God, yes. I love it. I'm so grateful to God for everything. But listen, I appreciate all of the staff, everybody. Keep doing what you're doing. I know I'm going to keep on watching.
Thank you so much. We'll pray for us. We'll pray for you.
And you got a birthday coming up.
Yeah, girl.
You're 35.
Girl. 70. Lord have mercy. Who would have ever thought?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to keep going. I mean, Lord will give us some more. Amen.
Yes, sir. Praise the Lord.
Pastor Nick, I'll see you Monday.
All right.
All right, now. Talk to you.
Talk to you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So, we want you to join us tomorrow, Sunday. Sunday does not wait for you, does it?
Not at all.
We're going to be, of course, we're going to be the Encounter Experience at 8 a.m. Then Engage Live begins at 9:45 to 10:45. Then Engage Live, the Encounter again at 11 o'clock. And then 10 Times Better Women at 6. Of course, our pre-discussion at 5:30. Post-discussion usually about 6:35. But you want to join us, we want you to invite some people to join us all day tomorrow. We're in a fantastic series called I Am Possible. We are in the year of redemption, restoration, recovery, and reward. And we are really looking forward to God moving and breaking out in your life. If you have a prayer request, you can send it to social@gotobethany.com. That's social@gotobethany.com. We would love to come into agreement with you in your petitions and your prayers to God. We want you to subscribe to us now. Like us, subscribe to us. Hit that notification bell, at David G. Evans 1 and BBC of NJ on YouTube. That's David G. Evans 1 and BBC of NJ on YouTube. Also, subscribe to DGEMS, DGEMS, and the OnPointe podcast platforms. I look forward to blessing you. I want you to remember that faith acts like a thing is so even when it's not so, that it might be so. For Pastor Nicholas Smith, I'm Bishop David Evans, and I'll see you next time.